have part one of the panelists. Alana. Hello. And Peggy. Hey. Then we have Kevin and Umu. And then we have the moderator, Nathan. Hey. Hola. And the PD's up there. And Briss is over there. Yay.
Check, mic check.
So Nathan.
Alright. Testing, test. Oh. Hey! We're good on the mics?
Are we gonna introduce ourselves?
Test, yeah.
Here, are we present?
Alright. Oh, East to West is performing. You can hear it.
Yeah, we all really wanted to go to their performance, but we're there in spirit.
Thank you for coming here and not to the East to West performance.
They're performing Jealousy, so we might have to take a break when they perform Monster X.
Of course.
We'll take a field trip over and we'll all
real quick.
Hello everyone.
Should we do like...
Alright. It is...
Oh, we're doing it.
Hey!
And this is the whole panel.
What?
Comes on though.
What a start, man.
Alright, so, oh my god. Alright, let's get this thing started. We're a minute in already. And shit!
Don't do it! Was that a spritz of water?
Well, no, whatever it is.
Touch.
Big mess. Okay.
You're fine.
Okay, so, welcome everybody. I am the moderator, Internet's Nathan. Alright. Thank you guys. So, this is the Meet the Reaction Video Superstar panel. And as you can see, the superstars. So, let's get to the introductions, starting with YSG.
Yeah.
We're gonna go in the right order though.
I'm Alana.
I'm Peggy.
And we are your sweethearts! Wow.
Well, thank you. Damn, we don't have something like that.
Just give a little brief description of who you are, what you do.
Okay, we're cousins who everyone thinks are either best friends or sisters, but we're all three. We do reactions, games, we love Gossip Monster X 17 and a million other groups. We mostly yell a lot and are with. And we love our friends.
Alright.
Alright. Hi, this is Umu from React to the K. And
Kevin from React to the K. What up,
And we are both he's graduated. We're both music majors, and so basically my channel is centered around Kevin and other music majors analyzing and breaking down K-pop, so you guys can listen to it and hear more things in K-pop. So.
I thought you were going to say it was surrounded around Kevin, and I was like, that's cool.
It's all him.
No one would complain.
Him.
Alright, next. I'm PD from Thank you. I am a video producer.
I used to work in film production, and then I started working in music video production, and while I was taking a break, I started this channel. And so on our channel, we tackle like cinematography, video production in K-pop music. So yeah, that's what I do.
What's up, KCON NY? What's up? You know we gotta do it, right? I didn't start it yet. Hold on. Brisket! Y'all gotta say it back. What are y'all doing? Here we go. Brisket! Brisket! Hey, there we go.
Your face on that.
I stumbled upon BTS. Y'all know I'm a diehard ARMY man. That's what it is for me. But I love K-pop in general. The music is fantastic. I feel like Westernized or American, like either where it's hip hop or pop. I just feel like
Content specifically for K-pop, and I want to know what makes your content stand out or makes yourself unique to the wide range of YouTube K-pop channels out there.
I think for us, the fact that we don't think that we stand out from any other fan, that we're literally the same as every other person who loves K-pop so much and goes to this convention. Like, we got artist engagements and tried to finagle for a Pentagon high touch.
We paid money for a Pentagon high touch.
we stay up till 5 watching the music shows and do all this stuff, and so I feel like the fact that we just like connect with everyone because we like the same stuff, and like we sometimes if people around you don't like it as much, or like you're that one person who likes hip-hop, like that was us before, and so like connecting with everyone on that level I feel like is why we kind of, you know, make our friends that way.
And have you guys on the channel in videos with us?
Yeah.
Favorite thing?
That's our favorite.
So if you ever want to be in a video, tweet us. You're sweet guys. Because we love having the sweet spot in our videos.
Alright, so as I mentioned before, everyone on my channel goes to music school, so we're all musicians. We've all really intensely studied music theory. And so, yes, classical music is quite different from pop music, but there are some basics. So basically with our channel, we point out the music theory aspects of creating pop music. We talk about chord progression, melodies, harmonies. We talk about, oh wow, there's a certain pop song structure, but this song, it adventures and does something totally weird and different. And so after, I hope that viewers come away with our channel is that I hope they are able to notice new things like, oh, the rhythm changes here, or oh, all these different instruments do different things at this part. And so yeah, that's basically the premise of it.
I think something else that makes us stand out is we don't always follow the trend of like what everyone else is reacting to. Sometimes we pick the songs that we find are more musically interesting. And that's not because we're like all pretentious people, but that we do care about pop music and we want to promote the stuff that we think is really good, and as well as underrated artists who we think deserve more attention.
Yes!
What was the question again? I got distracted by CLC.
Alright, so the question was, out of all the K-pop creators that make YouTube videos, what makes your channel or your videos unique to you?
Well, like I said, I started out in, I started out in video production, like videography, live event production. And then I was getting into film production, and that, you know, you make no money doing that. So I started getting into music video production. And so with my channel, I became very obsessed with, it's like when I watch a music video now, I look at it like in a very technical aspect all the time. I can't switch it off. And so that's kind of what I do on my channel. And I think that's what stands out. I try to, I guess, give the average person a sort of understanding how video production works, or how someone may have approached a video and how they could have done things better, or why it was good, or like just, you know, stuff that most people don't think about. So yeah, I think not many people focus on video, especially because when it comes to K-pop, music is the most important part, right? But yeah, I think people just like look at the videos and they're like, oh, it's really pretty, but I like to dive just like a little bit deeper. So yeah. Okay.
I think for me it's a couple reasons, because you already know Bridge Gang is the most lit on YouTube. I'm just real hyped. A lot of people always ask me like, is his reactions real and stuff like that? Go to a movie theater with me. I am that annoying dude in the movie theater screaming at every little thing during Avengers or something like that, right? So that is me in real life. I'm just really out there like that. And another reason, I think people really like my perspective, me being African American, I think. And the second thing is, I catch certain things like from G-Unit or Rick Ross, or if it's Usher or MJ, I catch little things like that when I do react to K-pop. So a lot of people like hearing like, oh yeah, that is from, you know, some song in 2010 or 2005. So it's just a different perspective and things like that. But I just like being really hyped, really energetic with my reactions.
All right. So now we know why you got into creating YouTube videos and the motivation behind that. But aside from the fact of starting, the biggest thing is that motivation to continue to do it. So what is that one thing about K-pop or your fans or what you see from YouTube that makes you want to keep doing this every day?
We'll say that one is the Sweet Squad every day, like tweeting, commenting on videos and stuff, but also seeing how hard like the K-pop groups work. Obviously, we're not K-pop idols, but seeing how hard they work and we're just doing like reactions or games makes us want to do more like for them, because we know people watch, K-pop idols watch reactions. We're not saying we are ours, but like in general, so we don't want to put zero work into it. We want to have it like be good quality when K-pop is all the way up there quality-wise. We want our content to be quality because we're reacting to quality stuff.
Don't mind me if I get emotional. I didn't have much sleep last night. But basically, number one, it's because it's good music.
Yes.
All groups, so many different sounds, so many different genres incorporated, so many different concepts. You can never get tired because there's so many different things that you can delve into. But I haven't gotten tired of this, because actually personally it calms me to be organized, it calms me to be busy. I have like an extremely high work ethic, so I just keep chugging along. And then yes, the emotional part is because you guys are amazing and your support. Every single person who's come up to us for the past few days has been just warmed my heart, because we can talk to so many people from all around the world. We all share this same passion for the same thing, and I just think it's super, super amazing.
I didn't know it would get this emotional that early. But
Kevin, cry.
She forces me to react every week, so I just do it.
Is this a job to you?
It's better than a job, but it's kind of a job.
For me, honestly, like I said, I've just been listening to K-pop music before all of this anyways, and at this point, I work on like multiple production stuff every week, so like I hate editing, because I just edit multiple different projects multiple weeks, and so like by the time I have to edit a reaction, I'm just like, it's another video. I'm just staring at my computer screen, and I've thought multiple times about quitting, and I honestly constantly think about quitting all the time, but at this point, not to like sound like I'm riding Umu's train, but like I really only do it for like the people who watch, like the fans and stuff at this point, because I know they'd be very disappointed if I did stop. So yeah, I mainly continue now because I'm more passionate about making people happy. Yeah.
It does get exhausting, but
yeah, it's very exhausting. Like it's not fun having to wait to watch a music video when something new comes out
6 a.m.
because you need to react to it on camera. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Why do you continue to keep doing?
So when I started, I think, how can I tackle this? All right, so when I started reacting, my channel was growing really, really fast. There was a controversy, and I'm pretty sure all of you guys are aware, and I just want to keep it real up here. There's a controversy surrounding, I guess, my name and stuff like that. Last year, 2017, I felt like I had to learn the community really, really quick because my channel was growing really, really quick. So it was kind of hard. And then my friend passed away in December, and I was about to be done, to be honest. But literally, I swear, the Briz gang, like y'all, I swear to God, y'all know some of you guys have sent me messages, DMs, and things like that, telling me to keep going and stuff like that. And I swear, same thing with her. It's like, you guys are what keeps me going. In every video, I shout y'all, Briz gang. In every video, I tell y'all to send me stuff to react to because I do it for the love of K-pop, for the love of BTS and everything, but I swear you guys are the first thing in my head when I do these reaction videos. So definitely it's the Briz gang, hands down. It's what keeps me going.
Yep. Well said.
All right, so I want to go back to what PD said, that reacting to videos is tiring, and running a K-pop reaction channel isn't as easy as it seems. So what do you find like is the most difficult or like most tiring about keeping up with K-pop? Because K-pop is so fast-paced.
For me personally, it's, I think, I mean, because the most ways you consume content, you just sit still and you just have like a blank face and you think everything internally, right? I think the most difficult part is always having to externalize what you're thinking and what you're feeling, but in an articulate way. That's not easy, and you know, we don't script our reactions. So like you have to say something on the fly, but it has to be articulate and not sound stupid all at the same time.
It's not ooh and ah.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like your brain has to do multiple things while you're quote unquote reacting, and then you have to give a comprehensive review like right away. And it's just hard to keep your attention for that long, and to do multiple videos in a row, you get burnt out pretty easily.
Definitely.
It takes a lot of energy, especially if you say you dislike something. I have a language disorder, so it's harder for me to be able to come up with words and express how I feel without being blunt. So for me, almost reaction videos take a lot longer when I'm filming myself, because I have to go back over and over and just find a way to phrase something where you guys would understand, okay, so this is the reason why this is her opinion, instead of me just saying, I hated it, it sucked. I'd like to express, you know, this is the reason why. You may agree or may disagree, but it does drain you after a while if you try to be excited for something they're not so excited for, or if you're trying to phrase something, you know, just the right way for the audience.
For the two of us, excuse my voice, went to the concert last night. For the two of us, I feel like we are with each other. We're always the people who like we get most excited about things together, because over the years we've shared so many things that are like Alana and Peggy's thing, and so we always kind of like go off and we're together. And so when we're watching videos together, we both are so equally excited about everything we're doing that it's hard for us to actually like say our thoughts, which is why we end up talking for 20 minutes after every video we watch. And because we just kind of like yell and work together, and it's like, so it's hard for us to like get our words out, because sometimes we communicate like just with eye contact,
And then
like,
we start
so we have to say it. And so it's hard for us to like do the thing that's like usually between us, to like push it forward, to like let everyone know what we're thinking. And also when like 3 groups do something in a row that we really love, and so you stay up till 6 in the morning like for 3 days straight because we want to watch it right away, and then we're like, okay, and our eyes are burning, but we like have so much passion for the groups themselves and stuff that it like just disappears right after that.
It also like takes not more, but like we do a lot less in like, it is our normal lives, but like less like with our families and stuff, because we're like we do like games and everything, and then the reactions, and then someone comes out with another music video like a day later, and we're like, now we have to react again. But like we don't feel like it's a thing that we have to do. We're like, Monsta X is back, here we go, reaction time, and then we just scream over thighs and then cry about how much we love them for 20 minutes after. And then we're like, you got that first win! And second.
that. So yes, there are so many groups, there's so many releases, and for channels who react to every single release, I don't know how they do that. I like try, but okay, reacting, if you're reacting to like, let's say 10 different videos, one, that's very exhausting like we were talking about before, trying to phrase things correctly, acting excited, etc., etc. And then there's the, you know, upload part, exporting, that may take a while. If your internet sucks, oh my gosh. And then there's also the editing facts, like that's gonna take an hour to 2 hours, and then when I edit group reactions, it's 5 to almost 10 hours sometimes. So that's just one day. You don't get to eat with friends, you don't see friends, you don't talk with anyone. It's just full on that. So it does get difficult at times if you're trying to react as many things as possible, and that's why some of our channels, I guess would you say, are biased, since we have to be selective, otherwise we would have no life. And we go to college, we go to school. Our team sister. They're gonna study. Yeah.
We don't go to school.
I feel like for me,
I go to school.
We're school age. You go to school.
I go to school.
Chris, what were you saying?
for me, it's not, I don't think, well, y'all know I pause in my videos because there's no way I'm gonna be able to speak over the music. And I think, even though it's really annoying for a lot of people, I just like to pause because if I don't say it right away, I'm gonna forget it at the end of the video. That's why I do a lot of pausing in my video. And everybody up here is right about editing videos. Editing videos take a very, very long time, but that's not really the hard part for me. The hard part for me is like the time that it takes away from my girlfriend, Brianna, because like I have fun sitting in my office listening to somebody else's channel, and I just sit there and edit. But when she's there, like, what do you? She's trying to eat, and she's like going off. I want this, I want that. But when I'm done with all that, and we're finally, I want to tell y'all a quick story. Let me tell y'all quick. I gotta get this off my chest. All right. For the females in here, right? For the women and everybody in here, why is it when I'm done editing, right, or your husband or your boyfriend or your significant other, right, is done doing whatever work, and we ask you, what do you want to eat? I don't get it. It's like, you want Chipotle, you want McDonald's, you want Cheesecake Factory, and it's like, all right, I don't know. I take you to Cheesecake Factory, it's like, you know what? I was kind of feeling Chipotle. I don't get it, but that's what I go through with her, and but she's my backbone and everything like that. So I usually just try to get through the edits and hang out with her. That's the only hard part I have.
Okay. So, you know how reaction videos in the whole YouTube sphere is like a taboo. Like reaction videos, there's no effort put into it. You sit there, watch a video, clip it up, upload it, that's all you do. But I find it interesting how it changes in the K-pop community. So reacting to K-pop videos is different from like reacting to anything else. And you see that with your fans when you upload a video. You're able to connect and feel the same thing from all across the world. So I want to ask you, how do you feel about like that whole reaction theme changing when it comes to K-pop and creating like personalities like yourselves?
I feel like it brings people together in a way because, at least from our experience talking to a lot of our friends, like people who live in certain areas where like they're the one person who like listens to K-pop in their school, where people are like, what, like why, you don't even understand it, whatever, the whole thing that nobody wants to listen to ever. That it's like when you see other people enjoying it and feeling and thinking the same things as you for something like that, it's something that people do get so passionate about and support so wholeheartedly that when you see someone else being excited by it, you're like, oh my god, like someone can see it, thank you. Like, and that's kind of like why we got into it, because we wanted to talk to other people who are like hear Monsta X and are like, yes, like this is so good. And then it's like, so I feel like because a lot of people are super underappreciated, or like, you know, it's not a thing that is super mainstream, or like, you know, it's getting to that point now, but for a long time it wasn't. And it's just really nice to be able to hear people being as excited and not to feel like it's like a thing that you're like, what is it, just me here? Like, what do you mean? Like, like it's very good stuff, thank you.
Yeah, exactly what Peggy said. Second that. It's all about connecting, because I remember when I first started my YouTube, so many people were like, I don't have any friends who like K-pop. And so when watching reaction videos, you're connecting with the person on screen saying, yes, I share your opinion, or I disagree.
Do we need to take a break? This was us getting jealous just now.
Okay, well, I'll just quickly continue. But yeah, and then after connecting, you become a family. You share things in common, and it's just so nice to connect with people around the world. And then, yeah, okay. We're gonna watch Kevin dance Boom Boom.
I think, yeah, I'm gonna ignore Boom Boom for a second, but I think compared to other reactions where people react to like a meme or something else, I feel like K-pop is more alive. It just feels like this thing that's alive. And when we're talking about connection, I love coming to KCON and seeing people of all races and all ages and all shapes and sizes. There's no prejudice, and we're just equal, and we're all here. That's why I love going to the Toyota booth and the dance play, because I like being with the fans, and I think that's where the magic really happens.
Now let him dance.
Come on, let's move away.
I actually sort of disagree. I think reactions it's kind of a universal thing. And when I was starting this channel and I was deciding what I wanted to do, I focused on reactions because I think the reason why people like reactions, and I don't think it's just exclusive to K-pop, I think it's just that K-pop tends to be more of a spectacle, so it's easier to find traction. But I think reactions in general, life is like guided by moments, and I feel like every moment is very fleeting, and so you get like this rush of euphoria and this high when you like watch a movie and there's a big plot twist, or you listen to an amazing song for the first time. You can never like recapture that feeling, right? You can't erase your memory and re-listen to that song and get your mind blown again. And so I think that's why people look up these reactors, because they want to sort of relive that experience. And that's also why if I don't like something, I never upload it to my channel if I don't have constructive criticism, because no one looks up a reaction to see someone talk crap about it.
Yeah.
You know? So yeah, I think, I don't think reactions are necessarily different in K-pop, but yeah, I think people like reactions because they're really looking to, I don't know, like everyone's saying, share and connect and relive a lost moment.
That's a very good point there.
For me personally, I just, like, it's with anything, I think, any other media, it's, did you hear what happened? Did you see what happened? So the fact that you can actually go on the internet, type up whatever topic you want in the world, and hear somebody else's perspective or their review, or you know, just to connect in a way where like maybe you don't have friends around you that like the same thing that you like. It's just a good way to look it up and experience it with them, you know, and then you might learn something or anything like that. But I honestly feel like reactions are a big thing. A lot of people are introverts. A lot of people do not like to, you know, go out, meet new people and things like that. So when you do look up a reaction, you find somebody you like, of course you're gonna make that instant connection, and that's magic right there, in my opinion.
Well said.
Now, let's get into the nitty gritty. Anyways, so if anyone remembers early in the K-pop YouTube community, there were only a select few that were doing it at all. Now, there is so many channels that you can't keep up. So my question is, you can talk about the YouTube algorithm if you want, but how do smaller channels get the views or get the eyes that bigger channels already have? Do you believe in the philosophy cream always rises to the top, or is it oversaturated?
Well, we have an extremely small channel comparatively to a lot of people, and I think, I mean, well, algorithm-wise, it always works against us. We don't even know how it works, honestly. But
Nobody does.
like since we don't do like a lot of reactions or have a lot of stuff, like there are a lot of different things, so we don't necessarily like appear or something. But I think for us personally, since we get so super into the groups that we really like, when there are fans of that group going through and finding, like digging down to see what absolutely everybody has to say about this group and going through, then they land on someone who really, really feels it like with their whole heart, which a lot of people do, like you said, since there's so many channels now, not necessarily everybody does. And so sometimes it's like, we've had people be like, oh my God, like it's someone who like really like cries over this thing or does this thing, and that's not the perspective that everybody needs to have on YouTube, or it's not the perspective that has to be had for everybody who does it. But for us personally, I feel like, I mean, we don't really even get that many views. We're like,
But we don't care about the views.
and
We just do it. We do it because we love it. We don't care about subscriber count. We don't care about views. We just love K-pop. In the YSG fam.
Right, I think channels make it big for two reasons. One, YouTube is for entertainment. A lot of people use YouTube to de-stress, get them through hard times. So I think the number one thing is humor. A lot of people on this panel are hilarious, and just when you watch their videos, you know, you laugh. You get rid of that shit clogging up your mind. And that's important. That's what will help make a YouTube channel big, is if they're funny, if they're hilarious, you know, it's all that stuff. Two is finding a niche, being unique. Like when I created our channel, I was like, hey, no classical musicians have ever reviewed K-pop before. We should do that. So that's how I found this, and since we're the first at doing this, that's how we've become big in that way. So just find something that you're passionate about and what is uniquely you, even if that is just reacting as yourself. I think that can just get you a long way.
I just lost my train of thought. Hold on. So I think that because the internet is so big and YouTube is so big, part of it does, especially if at this point you want to make a brand new channel, a lot of it might have to do with luck and connections, but there is a way to increase your luck by keeping it consistent and finding your voice and your niche and finding passion. And Umu is very good at being consistent, and I'm very bad at being consistent with my personal projects, but I think it's very important just to keep on going at it and to attend events and to network and to just expand your, expand the people who know you and expand your likelihood of being seen.
So this works as answering the question, but it also works as advice for anyone who wants to start any kind of YouTube channel. Like Nathan pointed out, there is just a plethora of channels out there, you know. I mean, reaction channels, even until a few years ago, at least in the K-pop realm, it was virtually non-existent. You know, it was like Tumin Jonghi and like JRE, they were kind of like the biggest ones out there, and now there's like a mass amount of people. So I interned for another YouTuber like many years ago, and one of the most important things he told me, advice he gave me, was it's almost impossible to have an original idea on YouTube. The best way you can be a content creator is to take something else that someone else is doing. It's not copying at that point, but it's not copying unless you, until you do something different. Like, what can you offer? So like with Umu, you know, it's like everyone does reactions, but what is something different she offers, which is the classical musician's aspect. So I think you can't just be a reactor, you know? You need quote unquote a thing, as they said. And I would say, and this applies to any, not just reaction channels, just anything in general, there needs to be a sense of honesty. There needs to be a sense of passion, because even though there are a lot of channels, as Nathan was asking, you know, which ones make it big? The ones that make it big are the ones that are the most truthful and the most passionate, you know? As Briss was mentioning earlier about the thing that he was talking about, Briss, you know, Brisk
Yes.
faced scrutiny because everyone was sort of jumping on the bandwagon, but Brisk got to where he is, and he has survived past that, and he's continued to grow because you can tell that he's clearly passionate. You can tell that he clearly likes it. You know what I mean? So I think that's also a very important aspect. You need to be very honest because on the internet, you know, very quickly people can tell if you're fake. Yeah.
As far as like advice for smaller YouTubers trying to grow, having a niche, I think, is definitely something that you should do. You should definitely master, I think, like one thing or maybe a couple things, but don't try to spread out too fast. You'll spread yourself thin. So just stick to a niche. And then the second part of that is I like to always bring my community into it. Like, it's never just me and what I'm doing. I try to build like a very close-knit community. So the community actually, like, if you look at BTS in the army actually propels BTS, you know what I mean?
Yes.
So when you have that community behind you, it's going to be organic. It's not something that you have to look at analytics so much, you know? Like, some people study analytics to the T, but if your community is pushing you, I mean, sky's the limit at that point. That's why I always go back to that. And yeah.
Real quick, I just want to add on to what Brisk was saying. My channel's been around for like 3 years now, and like the first 2 years were very slow. I had a major boost like the last year, and it's exactly what Brisk was saying. I come from a film production background, so I was very analytical. I was like looking at this, looking at like the age ratio, like the gender ratio and stuff like that. But it was actually when I met Umu at KCON last year, and I saw her interactions with her fans and how passionate it was. And I realized, like, and meeting them in general, I was very touched by how genuine they were. And I realized it's the community aspect, and you have to create a community because you can push your video as much as you want, but like your fans pushing your video, recommending it to other people on Twitter, on other social media sites, that's what really helps raise a channel.
Yeah. Also SEOing, search engine optimizing. That's where you like put in keywords, and then when people like, you know, search on YouTube like K-pop, BTS reaction. If you have a person who dedicates lots of their time to SEOing for your channel, your reaction will be one of the first results.
Yeah. Okay, all right, some advice there. All right. So let's step back from all the YouTube talk, creating and stuff like that. Let's talk K-pop. Woo! So that's why we're all here, you know? So, you know BTS.
Yeah, BTS, go on.
I think aliens know about BTS. Anyways, so
Tank?
I don't know what's going on. I said BTS and now the whole army is coming.
A literal army?
The whole army is coming. All right. So you know how BTS, very recently, within the last year and this year, came over to America and started dominating charts.
Yeah.
And it's almost like the second wave or the second coming of K-pop to the mainstream audience, America and the world. And I want to know your guys' opinion because you have seen K-pop grow and evolve over time. Who is next?
I'll start.
Wait, hold on, what did you say?
Who is next?
Who do you think can cross over?
I'm gonna. I got this one. I'm gonna say GOT7. But no one is the next BTS. No one's saying that. GOT7 is their own group. GOT7 has the international members. Good music, good dancing, loves their fans. They already are huge here, so GOT7 absolutely, but they don't need it because no one's like, you know, the next BTS, but like GOT7 forever.
Are we talking about the next big group or just overall?
Yeah, like who might be the next group that can make it?
Yeah, who can make a crossover like BTS did and dominate charts?
GOT7.
Right, they're doing lots of promotions in America. So,
That'd be Blackpink.
YG will never send them to America. No way.
No, that don't do it.
Pentagon.
We'll change their mind.
I was talking to a composer earlier today of K-pop music, Andreas Oberg. He's composed for Red Velvet, SHINee, Oh My Girl, Monsta X, Super Junior, a lot of groups, and we were talking about company's sound. And when we were talking about YG, he said that their sound is most familiar to the ears of America, the US. So that's why I personally think Blackpink or any of the YG groups may make it big next.
Word on the street is that some American companies have been talking to YG about like Blackpink and doing stuff here, which they're incredibly marketable, obviously. And I think BTS has kind of just shown that it isn't that hard if you are genuinely good at what you do for people to pick up on it and to follow it. So it's not so much that they're setting a blueprint for what it is you have to do, but kind of opening the eyes of the public around here that you don't need to sing in English or work with American people or sound a certain way to be on an American radio or have a huge American fan base. And I was talking with people earlier actually, just like having a similar conversation, that there's a lot of like American like female pop stars and there can be like 12 different ones at the top of the charts and nobody's like, yeah, it's the same thing a bunch of times. And so I see no reason why there can't be a lot of K-pop groups that aren't called the same thing over and over again that can become popular here.
All right. Let's get some more opinions on this.
I mean, ever since he asked the question, I've been thinking about it very deeply. I honestly don't know, like logistically speaking, I don't know if anyone right now, it could change next week, in the next few months, depending on the song or how someone changes their sound, but I don't know if anyone right now is perfectly poised to be able to break out into the US like BTS did. I think BTS was in such a unique position. Because K-pop, at the moment, still a lot of K-pop sounds very much like K-pop. K-pop has a very distinct sound, but BTS, like a very long time ago, they started shifting their sound away from like typical boy group songs, and they started making more mature music and stuff like that. So my answer is, I don't know, I think BTS is going to be holding on to that position for a while. Okay. Chris has a good answer, and I think they have potential, but I don't know.
I honestly think, even though y'all know I love BTS and I love ARMY, I think BTS is still breaking through. Until I can walk down the street and, you know, a few people know who BTS is, I think that's when the door will be all the way just swung open. So I still, even though they broke through, in my opinion, I feel like they still have some more work to do in America, just saying in America. But after that, when we get used to BTS, when everybody gets used to BTS, you have to figure the next group has to be somewhat similar to BTS. And I want to say it's a girl group. I hope it is, because you know how the music industry is. It's always masculine or men or, you know, breaking over, especially in America. So I would love to see a girl group, but I think it's going to be NCT. NCT, just that hip hop vibe, and GOT7 is there too. GOT7, there we go. But I think it's gonna be one of those groups. Now the sleeper, watch out. Hold on, wait a minute. The sleeper group was probably two sleeper groups, I think. If Big Hit, if they just do another group, if they have another group, that'll be a sleeper. And Stray Kids will be the sleeper. That would be the sleeper for NCT, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Stray Kids they're rookies right now, but like I feel like I would call them monster rookies at this point.
Right.
They're really strong.
Right.
So like, I think it's really early to say, but he's right. If anyone has potential, it would be Stray Kids.
Potential.
Yeah.
And it's Monsta X!
Really quick, like what he was saying about the whole get more people to know BTS, we need to get our mainstream radios playing K-pop.
They play not enough though.
Wait, they need to play B-sides though. All they do is play like Fake Love and
Right. When they get there,
I have something to add after. No one mentioned them, but we have to, because already in Korea, EBS, so we can't leave out 17. We make all our own stuff. 17, self-producing idols, thank you.
All right, so this is gonna be the last thing that I'm gonna ask for this panel, and then we're gonna open up to audience questions real quick. I've seen a lot of these and recommended on YouTube, people's unpopular K-pop opinions. And I was wondering if you guys have any.
Wait, say it again to get the question.
Yeah, could you say that again?
What are your unpopular K-pop opinions? Like nobody else would think like this, or a select few.
Hold on, did you say what are your unpopular K-pop opinions?
Try to start a riot.
Yeah, why would you?
I think all of ours might be popular.
Wait. This isn't explosive. Let's start a riot, bro.
There's gotta be some sort of spicy on here, okay?
Yeah.
We'll pass it over there, because I think everything we're gonna say.
Can we talk about fandoms? Like, can we do that without anybody punching? Please.
Here, yes. On the internet.
They don't fight in real life. They only like fight on Twitter.
But you're right. On the internet.
That's my unpopular opinion. People can't back up what they say.
Right. I believe it. So fandoms. I think I feel like when there's no competition, like everybody wants K-pop to be mainstream. In America, it's very competitive. It's always about who's better than who, putting this person against this person, and it's not like that in K-pop. Like if you are talking XOL versus an ARMY or anybody, it's like you want to cut somebody's throat. Like I put it like this, I just let people have their own opinions, and then I'm gonna have my opinion, and I just ask that everybody respect each other and love each other. Like just because I am a die-hard ARMY and RM lover, Dominic, right? You know what I mean? And then it's even within fandoms, so like if you don't dare say J-Hope had a better verse than Sugar or something like that. Ooh, right, see? This is what happens. I'm saying, when all of these K-pop groups come over to America, that's all you're gonna get. The fandom thing, and that's a K-pop thing, but I swear, when you get Stray Kids and all these people over here, all these people are gonna make these little videos about who's better than who had the best verse. Because when you look at Wu-Tang, when you look at the Lox, when you look at all these rap groups, and these are hip-hop based artists, right? When you look at all these, we always put Nas and Jay-Z up against each other, and everybody just has a friendly debate about it, but that's gonna change when all these groups come over to America.
I think an unpopular opinion is that, adding on to what Brice just said, is that a lot of the time people aren't allowed to like have an opinion without getting attacked or someone saying something back. And it's like, if you feel how you feel, say just on Twitter by itself, if I have an opinion, that's mine, but you can just tweet yours right after if you think yours is different than someone else's. Like, last night I tweeted, Shine is the best song of 2018. And someone replied being like, actually it's this, and it's like, that is your opinion and that's totally fine, but you can just like go tweet it on your Twitter.
Right, my unpopular opinion is that if a K-pop song switches genre between verse and chorus, it is automatically great. That's my unpopular opinion. It is automatically amazing. Like, if this songwriter dares to change to a friggin' different genre, they're brilliant, they're risky, they're out. Yes, so like Boom Boom, like Wecky and Becky's, I Don't Like Your Girlfriend, that's my unpopular K-pop opinion.
Can I add something onto that too? That an unpopular opinion is, when groups change concepts every time, it doesn't mean they're not good and that they aren't, like, they can't.
Thank you.
TLC is a good group, and just because they change concepts doesn't mean they don't know what they're doing.
All right. Hey, those are some.
I told you that was gonna be a doozy.
Yeah, it was. That's the spice that I was talking about. All right. So I guess that's it for the panel. We're gonna open up to audience questions real quick.
There's a mic right here if people want to line up.
Like behind it.
Everyone line up if you have questions. There's a mic.
Yeah, there's a mic right here.
Need the brave soul to come up first.
We have a little bit of time, but we're gonna be orderly.
Also, just to save time, not everyone should answer someone's question, right? Like, it should only be a couple people jumping
We
in.
have like individual questions for.
Oh, wait, by the way, if you're asking a question, can you say, like, if it's for the entire panel or if it's for anyone specifically?
Sure. My name's Robyn, huge fan of yours, PD, and through you I found Umu and Reactive K.
Woo!
And I'll be sure to check out Briss and YSG.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So,
Yes, Nathan. No.
you as well.
Everyone, subscribe to Internet's Nathan.
Thank you. I need it. I'm a small shadow.
So, my question is going back to a question that you asked Nathan a little while back. When you look at BTS, you have RM who's able to speak English. When you're talking about Stray Kids, you have Chan and Felix who are fluent in English. Do you think a group that doesn't have a member that's fluent in English is going to be able to break out in a similar capacity to BTS?
No offense, but it's just, I think it's going to be too complicated. I think whoever speaks English, they have to cater to that a lot, and I feel like, no offense to like American people who don't listen to K-pop, they see subtitles, they might just bounce. You know what I mean?
That's very true.
Yeah, I think maybe in the future the society might change and they might become more tolerant, but like most people won't even watch foreign movies for that reason, you know what I mean? So like, I mean, there's a reason RM leads all those discussions for a reason, and there's a reason some of the members try really hard to speak in English instead of just speaking in Korean fluently and saying something really eloquently and just putting subtitles.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Yes.
I agree.
Okay.
I agree.
Next question.
Hello, I'm too tall.
Hi.
Hold on. Okay. Hi, my name is Imi. When you guys were talking about K-pop K-pop being played on the radio, I'm a K-pop radio DJ in a small community.
Nice.
I play all K-pop, take recommendations.
Are you on Twitter?
Yes.
I see on Twitter.
Yeah, so I do a bunch of segments. I try and get YouTubers involved. They have a segment on my show. I bring a bunch of different K-pop YouTubers on to just have their insight more, because it's hard to do it when you're reacting to a different group and then you talk about them and people don't get to know about you and then controversy happens.
Yeah.
So I'm just up here. I don't have a general question. I do appreciate everyone coming up here being professional with what has happened in the past couple months. We all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to give an award to YSG, because if any of you know YSG, you guys can go and look it up on, Alana, don't cry. You can go and look it up on VLive, but they awarded Monsta X an award, Your Sweetest Guys Award. Yeah, you can go look it up, it's still there. So all of their subscribers, like, they appreciate them so much, and you guys appreciate us so much. And I give up on watching K-pop YouTube reactors until their channel. And I just discovered them last year. We went to Monsta X together, had a beautiful time. And your subscribers want to get together and give you guys an award for being the sweetest guys on YouTube, point blank period. Doesn't matter how many subscriber numbers you guys have such originality. You bring such life to so many people. So you guys are going to get an award from your subscribers, and I'm going to hand it to you right now. I appreciate everyone else on this panel.
Thank you.
It's a legit award. I'm gonna cry for you.
Wow.
Thank you, and we love you a lot.
This is wild. What? Oh my God, we love you guys, and I'm really glad
That was just beautiful. All right, next question.
I have a question for PD.
Hi.
Before you went to Billboard, you were listening to the whole Love Yourself Tear album, right?
Yes.
And you weren't sure at the time, like before you got to go to Billboard.
Yes.
What do you know? Which song is your favorite now?
I think it's probably Magic Shop for me. So I don't particularly subscribe to like a specific standing fandom, because I want to try to be as objective as possible. So I don't consider myself an ARMY, and I know that song was meant for, it was like a love letter to fans, right? Yeah. But like, I was listening to that a lot on the way to the BBMAs on the bus, and you can, and the song, I think the EDM part is pretty generic.
Yeah.
But even despite it being generic, I feel like you can feel the emotion in that song. And it gave me like a weird sense of like melancholy, even though I know this song's not for me. I know I could feel the intention. And that album has so many great songs, but I think it's so emotional, and I really love that line where where he says, "You show me, I'll show you." I feel like, and you gave me the best of me, like, and then you give like I feel like the lyrics are really powerful too. So that song, Magic Shot.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to get through you guys as fast as possible. I don't know if they're gonna kick us out or.
No.
No, time last panel went 15 minutes over and we're.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Let's just stay here until they kick us out.
It's my first time.
Yeah, go ahead. There's no panel after us, so technically.
Yeah. All right,
Hi
guys.
everyone. My name's Emily. I'm actually a really big fan of all of you guys, so I really appreciate you being here. I love all of you. Oh my gosh, friends. I know you guys have really good relationships with your fans, your friends. So this might seem like a silly question, but I really want to know, like, what's the weirdest thing that you've gotten from your fans? If you get gifts or letters, or I don't know, like, what's like the weirdest thing that you've gotten, or someone has said to you, or something like that? Just for anyone, so you can just answer.
One time in our P.O. box, our friend sent us like all.
Oh, she's still crying.
And cut out heads. I'm sorry. She printed out and cut out heads of like all the One Direction members, and then sent us like wicked old like Jonas Brothers articles from J14, like just because we talked about that one time, and like then she sent it to us, and then she also sent us a fake $2 bill because we said we said we give someone $2 one time, and so then she sent a fake $2 bill to pay that debt, and there's a lot of like very specific things that we talk about with her friends. It's very strange.
We haven't received any weird things in our P.O. box, only like really touching and beautiful letters and food. But I guess when meeting fans, it's always entertaining when you guys go like, "Ah!" or you know, like the loud screaming. Yeah, that's weirdest but also enjoyable thing that we've had with fans.
I think the first time I had like a 7 or 8 year old fan crying.
Oh my god.
Hugging me. And LA K-pop. That was terrifying and touching and surprising and a little worrying because I'm just a normal guy. Yeah, it was so many emotions at once.
Did you ever get anything? I haven't gotten anything weird.
Like physically, no, I've never gotten anything weird, and I'm happy about that.
I've gotten weird stuff digitally, but yeah.
That's an open invitation, folks. Send them weird stuff.
Yeah, just do it. Thank you.
Great.
Hey guys, my name is Rebecca.
Hi, Rebecca.
The YouTubers here that I'm into, I was recommended by my friends. So what I would like for you to do is, can you tell me the YouTube video that you think most represents your channel, so that when I go and watch you guys, I kind of get an idea of what your channel is.
Nathan's face.
I don't even watch my videos, so.
They go first, I'll brainstorm.
I feel like for us it might be like a couple, like 2 to 3 different ones because we try to do like a couple different things on our channel. So for one, as far as like our passion or reaction section of our channel, will probably be a reaction to Monsta X's first win, because we like were watching it live and like we didn't know if they were going to win or not, and so we were just filming, and if they lost, we were just gonna shut the camera off and not say anything about it. And so it was like that was one of the most like it was a real genuine feelings, and like Alana's mom got upset because we were being like really loud about it, and that one I feel like shows how genuine we are when it comes to the groups that we follow. And then I would say one that we really loved was we did like a day in the life of a K-pop fan where we had a lot of our, hey, welcome back buddy, we had a lot of our friends send in videos of them like showing like them listening to K-pop throughout the day, or like something their daily life, and that's something that's really important to us, is that everyone connects. Like we even have some people here who became friends because of like us all talking together on the channel, and so that part of the community really we think is like the heart of what we do and the heart of like where our channel is. And then I would say probably the game where we make weird noises for about 10 minutes. The noise association game or something, I can't remember what we titled it, but it was just us making strange noises.
video?
Yeah, I got two. As far as like Die Hard Army, Reggie 720. I don't know if any of you guys know him, but he's just a dope dude. He lost his channel when I lost my channel, and people were getting copyright strikes and stuff. So if you guys want to go over and follow him, I know he had like 45,000 subscribers or something like that. He's built it back up to I think almost 10 now. So that work ethic after losing your channel is amazing. Now I would say somebody probably similar to me, just for the fact because he's black, African American, and might have kind of the same perspectives I do on K-pop music would be Desi March. I don't know if he's still. Some of you, I see him back there. Desi March, I can pull your phone out right now, and Desi March, I swear, y'all love his channel. Go ahead over there and subscribe for sure. It's if you want to see that perspective.
I know I do like reactions and reviews and stuff, but I definitely plan to expand my channel into more. My channel is called Form of Therapy, and that phrase itself is very important to me. So I would say the video that best represents my channel isn't even a reaction video. It's a video called The Absolute Ordinary Extraordinary, episode 2. Just watch that, that's it. I have no other.
First date with your sweet guys.
Also a video channel.
We're on.
Okay, yeah, sure, that. But yeah.
We'll delete our video with you.
Great.
I'm just trying to answer quickly because we have a long line. We don't. I was going to say that.
For Reaction to K, there's so many that I love special moments, but I'd say if you're up for entertainment and for laughs, we had Look Out, 12 People React to K, Well Please Don't. It was hilarious. And then if you're looking for a musical breakdown, agreeing and disagreeing that a specific thing works or doesn't, and giving like actual technical musical reasons why it would or wouldn't work, is our G-Friend Love Whisper versus Summer Rain reaction. Because Summer Rain quotes a classical piece, so classical musicians were like, yeah, I like how it goes, and then he's like, no. There's like a lot of different opinions. Yeah.
Thank you, Rebecca. Thank you.
Thank you.
Before we get to this question,
yes.
Why does GA has something they want to do?
Does anyone here not have tickets to the concert? We have 2 pairs that we're giving away at the end of this. So if you guys just want to wait, you can get some tickets to get in. We'll
That's
let you know
dope.
how it is happening. Like,
Some NCT. Hey, I'm really trying to get.
I'm trying to see the
Oh yeah, 2 pairs, so that's 4 tickets.
Oh, dope. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, just so you know, so you can stick around. Alright, next question.
Let's try to answer quicker.
Real quick.
Yeah, let's try to answer.
Trying to get some good seats.
Lightning round, let's do it.
I'm just gonna start.
Hi, I'm Alex.
Hold on.
Hi.
You said that if you sell a certain amount of t-shirts, that you would do something at KCON.
Yes, make him do something.
Okay. Technically KCON LA.
Watch your back.
I knew it. Okay. Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Don't let him off easy, y'all.
Here's the thing. Okay, fine. Okay, I promised that I would do egg yolk. We're gonna do it real quick, but what do you want? I'm the least egg yolk person in the world, so I can't think of something at the top of my head, so I don't know how to do that. What's up? Hold on, she's asking the question. She gets to choose.
We're doing what Christine said.
Yeah, what Christine said.
What did Christine say? Well, hold on. I need an example. No, legitimately. Can someone do it?
Interpretation.
Oh my god. Alright, you're about to see the most disturbing thing in the world. Put away your cameras.
Go ahead, just jump right in. The longer you wait, the cringier.
Boing, boing. Next. Yeah, that was
I don't know how to follow that up.
With an actual question, please.
I do have an actual question. But first, I would like to thank React to the K and Bruce so much. Specifically React to the okay because you teach me random musical jargon that I can spout to my music ed friend and make myself feel smart. My question is, if there was one K-pop song that you had to listen to for the rest of your life, just one that you would never get tired of, what would it be?
KCON
Lightning round. Let's go. Yeah.
Time and Fallen Leaves.
Yes!
That is the most Time and Fallen Leaves by KCON musicians. It's the most beautiful song ever. Okay.
Next up. Yeah. Everyone should answer this. This is a good question. Everyone should answer.
This is not the most musically interesting song. I'm actually gonna say.
Oh no.
Pentagon's Shine.
Maybe make it easier to go in order.
We'll go next.
Yeah, what about you?
Ours is just from like a fan standpoint, Drama because
Chris, what about you?
I definitely most of y'all probably know what it is. It's gonna be Save Me by BTS. Yeah! That's what it is.
Mine's Pretty You by 17. It's the song I've listened to most on my iTunes, and I'll never get sick of it. So yeah. All right.
Thank you.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
Got 7?
All right, let's go.
So I have a question for PD.
Hi.
I guess I liked your small series for the diving deeper. Are you going to be continuing that?
Yes. Sorry, I've just been very busy. I can tell you that it's going to be FX. Just because I mainly continue that series based on voting, and everyone wanted FX, so it's going to be FX.
So we need it. How fast have you gotten your 17 tickets for KCON LA? Because
I'm a guest, so technically I'm already going.
Waves of bad.
Got you. So fast that I got my tickets before they were announced. Yeah.
Must be nice.
All right. Hello.
Anybody could answer. I just want to ask, what are you guys' favorite girl group?
Favorite girl group for me, Dreamcatcher and Mamamoo.
CLC, Cosmic Girls.
Does it have to be a group?
If it's not a group, who is it?
I can't choose. It's going to be between Hyena and CL.
It's either Luna or Kristen V at this point.
You got specific on that one. B.
Twice and Momoland, but I'm worried about Bam. I'm a little worried. But twice, yes.
Twice. Nathan loves twice.
Twice.
Nathan loves twice.
I love Twice. Okay? You guys know me at all. Thank you for the question. Thank you.
Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Well, I'd say, you guys listen. I literally just discovered your videos like 2 weeks ago.
Oh my God.
Nice.
We're so sorry.
So I love but I love your channels. I have subscribed immediately as soon as I saw your.
Oh my God, thank you.
But my question is for Britt.
Hey.
So.
Well, you updated your merch though.
How is being in a relationship and being a reactor and having this fandom? Is it difficult?
In what way are you asking?
It's like does your girl get jealous when all these females are walking up to you and going?
No, she doesn't. Actually, this is like the first relationship I've been in where she can come home at 2 a.m. I'm pretty sure she has questions for if I come home at 2 a.m. But it's just really, it's really no insecurities or anything like that. I respect her space. She respects my space. She gives me her trust. So yeah, definitely. Everybody has been saying that she will be in more videos whether she likes it or not. She'll be in more videos. No problem. Just as long as nobody says I'm using her to get views. All right, guys. Like every little thing is a thing with me.
She's funny.
All right, next question.
Hi. Oh gosh, I'm loud. Hi, I'm Katie.
Hi, Katie.
Hola.
you guys were talking about radio, about mainstream radio. I actually have a K-pop radio show at 90.3 The Core for Rutgers. I've had that for 4 years. Thursdays, 6 to 8 p.m. You can also listen on thecore.fm. Anyway, but I think PD said they don't play enough B-sides. Radio won't play enough B-sides. So real quick, what would you recommend I play on my show for B-sides for
Red Velvet?
Any group?
So good. So good.
Wait, what? Umi, what'd you say?
Red Velvet.
Well, no, what B-side? What B-side?
Oh, what specific B-side?
Yeah, like any specific song, yeah.
A song that's not a title track, right?
Don't take mine.
Okay, you guys go.
I have one. It's gonna be Monsta X. White Love.
I also think an oldie but a goodie, Boys with Fun by BTS. That is a bop. Get the party started.
I like Ho by Twice. Ho's really good, and there's another one that's the second song in their debut. It's the Wah. What is that song called?
Let's do it.
They want to figure it out. Go.
Do it again.
Wah. Oh wait, I got it. I'll do it again. Oh wait, you want me to do it again?
I'll go with Jerk by Icon because Love Scenario was like their big viral hit this year, but honestly Jerk is a better song than Love Scenario.
That whole album, top to bottom, just played on the loop.
Paradise.
Yes!
Paradise. If that came on the radio, I'd probably crash the car.
Listen to my show.
Wait, I want to answer.
I'll go.
Nathan? I love Twice, but I have to say this. Red Velvet has some of the best B-sides out there.
Yo.
And I'm gonna go specifically with.
Yo, is that? No. It's Kingdom Come. Man, if I heard that, that'd be fire.
One that spoke to me was Living Like a Zoo.
I played that for sure. I love that.
Definitely.
Before we move on, this is not a B-side, but Jam Kum Kwang by Momoland. It's very,
I was in that. I was in that.
Oh yeah, good.
Wait, one more. Do It for Fun by Pentagon's Rap Unit.
Day 6, I need.
All right, let's get to the next question. We can't keep adding on to this.
I think we're all skipping the concert.
Yeah, we're gonna be here for that.
My name is also Katie. Hi.
I love your hair. It's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
So my question is kind of more serious, I guess, than the past one. So recently, BTS put out a statement that they had to change the lyrics to some of their songs to like match the radio, like American flicks, because they thought that words, in there, like would just like be termed as offensive. And there was like a huge discussion that was like on Twitter that was really productive, and I just really wanted to get your guys' perspective because I watch you guys like a lot, and I really like wanted to hear your take on that sort of thing. Like, should they keep their own music and keep it the Korean way because they are like Korean words?
Yeah.
Is it a smart move for them to change them, or
I don't think it's so much as changing. Honestly, music is universal. That's why I got into it. So whether
Hi Peggy. How was it? It was fantastic and long. Yes. Hi Nathan. How was it?
This rapper panel was fantastic. I could have gone for hours, but you know.
It should have. My opinion. Okay.
All right, guys, that's a wrap.
Hi Petey. How was your panel?
It was good.
It was good?
It was a little hard in the beginning because East to West was performing, so the music was just overpowering, but it was good.
It was good.